This building and several others are made with a block from a machine called a Hydraform machine. And a block is made from soil and sand and cement. And this then produces a block, and it's formed so that it interlocks end to end as well as top and bottom. So these blocks are actually stacked with no mortar. You can see here there's no mortar line, and it makes a building so that it doesn't take as much cement, which is a big cost in the building. On the inside of these blocks we have varnished, and so there's a little bit of finish there so they're not dusty. It brings out a little bit more of the color of it, and so it just kind of makes a nice presentation on our building here with these blocks. So our Hydraform machine has been the thing that's made us be able to produce these blocks that are interlocking, that we can make a building without having mortar at the joints, and so this is the heart of the system. So they're made from soil, sand, and cement. They sieve the soil so it gets pebbles out, because the pebbles inside are abrasive and it wears on the wear plates inside of our mold. So they'll sieve the soil, and then they'll put it on the ground, 3 of sand and a bag of cement, and then they'll mix. Add the moisture, and they've learned through their training of how it should feel when they take a handful of it and drop it. What does it look like? It should shatter. If it's too wet, it'll just go kersplot. And if it's not wet enough, it won't hold together in your hand. So they've learned the right moisture content, and so that takes a lot of mixing. And so they mix it 2 or 3 times so it's thoroughly mixed. And then they'll have one person, there's a tray that sits on here, it's a hopper. And so they'll fill that hopper and slide it forward. This hydraulic arm is up. It's activated by these hydraulic levers. And so it dumps that mixture into the mold. Then, by operating the hydraulic lever, the top ram comes down, and then the bottom ram comes up, and it squeezes it. When this registers to the red mark, it's enough pressure, and then, of course, they release the pressure. Then they open the top, bring the top one up, and it pushes that brick out of the mold. The guy grabs it and stacks it on the pile. So it's about a 10-man crew to do that, of keeping the mixing, the operation, the filling, and the stacking. And so they then stack those blocks and keep them covered for a week. Morning and night, they water them. They take a watering can, they water them. They want to keep them well hydrated, because the cement in there will cure and be much stronger if it's kept wet. If it just dries out, then it's weaker. So that's some of the curing process happening there. After a week's time, then they can just be left alone, and they're ready for the masons to use. So this little machine has just been a great thing. We've made probably 160 or 80,000 blocks with it so far. So it's made a lot of blocks. We've done a lot of buildings, and probably this will be the thing that we make all the rest of our buildings out of. It just we like the results, and it makes a nice building.